we are recording now. I've got a microphone next to me here, and obviously my iPhone, which is way up on that really freaking tall tripod, is also recording audio. I'm playing on my PS3, and yeah, it works pretty nicely. And I'm just about to show you my redstone house. I told my friend Nalgative that I was going to be doing this, and yeah. So this is my first gaming video because I finally found out a way to record my freaking screen. Alright, this is it. This is my redstone house. So I'm gonna get rid of this map here. So over here, we've got a beacon. Micro's redstone house. My username in the PS3 is Zon, Xon. However, it used to be Micro. Then I changed it to Zon. And yeah, here's the inside of my redstone house. So it looks pretty boring. We've got a window here, and right here is an automatic furnace system. So you put whatever you want to smelt into here, and you flick the lever. It's on right now. I'm going to turn that off. There we go. And in there, you can put more fuel in. It's full to the brink right now, so. And you can open this up and see what's currently cooking. And in here is where the cooked stuff comes through. And that light turns on when there's stuff in here. And I smelted everything that could be smelted in the game for some reason. Not sure why I did. And right here, the crafting table. And the lights. So you flick this, and the lights turn on through the corners. Just like that. I'll continue with the lights in a second. And we've got a bed hidden here. I mainly did that just to make it count as a redstone creation. And we got our chest room in here. And yeah, it's storage. And right here, ender chest. And in here is some other stuff. Anvil, jukebox, brewing stand. And down here is a little fireplace. Click. And yeah. To get out of here, you make sure you're walking backwards. You're pulling the stick back. You press the button here. And it launches you back up. And with the lights, you turn this on. It also turns on the light in here. And the light down here. And right here is is the switch for an arrow minigun. So out here, that's what the lava is. It's an arrow minigun, and the lava makes it so the arrows are on fire. So they light up whatever they hit on fire. It's aiming at my multicolored beacon thingy right here. And yeah, it shoots arrows of harming. Instant damage too, so they do tons of damage, and they're on fire. Luckily, them being on fire makes them really easy to find. You crawl up these ladders on the chimney. This chimney is directly over top of the underground fireplace. You go over here, you shut that, I said you shut that. There we go. You crouch, you go back, and you can get into the dispenser. There we go. You refuel it, put the arrows back in, jump up, open that, put the arrows back in, and do exactly the same for the other side. Shut. There we go. And there we go. I've just refueled it. I'll show you, frick, behind it in a second. Oh, and the light switch also turns on this outdoor light here. See? And up here, there's the 3 lights that light up this place. It turns these lights on like that. And then here is an armor switcher. I would just press triangle to quick move those, but when you press triangle, it teleports it into the middle of the inventory. And if you press triangle on that, it teleports it onto you, so you gotta carry it into your hotbar. Go in survival. Come on, there we go. Frick, stop putting it. And there we go. And you can use the anvil to enchant armor, and you can use the cauldron to dye it. And also, I gotta go with creative. Come on, there we go. Right down here, you place the button here. Secret chest. I got it filled with cobwebs and a pair of elytra and a trident with a bunch of enchantments and another trident with a bunch of enchantments. Netherite swords do not exist in this version. This is 1.13, the aquatic update. It's buggy as frick, and there's a lot of parts, or not parts, but you know, a lot of things in it that do not exist in newer versions. And yeah, this was the update before the Village and Pillage update. Like I said, the aquatic update. This was the last update they ever made for the PS3. R.I.P. PS3 Minecraft. And yeah, now I'll show you behind it. And here is behind the house. So, obviously in the front, it looks a lot bigger than it actually is. That's just because this is mostly a big wall to hide all of the redstone. I've got little signs everywhere that tell you what each system does. So right here's the wall block swapper for the crafting table. Just like that. And up here's the tunnel, and that leads to the armor thing. Here's the armor thing. Armor stand swapper. I don't think you can make this one go from out here. No, you can't. Oh, and it doesn't really matter because you can't see inside of it from outside. Right here, a lot of it is covered up, but this is the furnace system. Why is a lot of it covered up? Because I wanted to kind of hide the chests. I wanted to make them look like they're indoors. When you look at them, when you're inside the house, I don't want you to be able to see daylight through the little cracks next to the chests. But yeah, there's the furnace, and all the hoppers that lead everywhere. Your input furnace is right there. And there's a comparator down there, that's on the output chest. And that comparator leads through here, and it powers that lamp when there's stuff in the chest. I showed you this. And there's the light system. So we've got the switch is right here. is right on this block here. It goes up, powers that one, and powers that one, and powers the outdoor ones there, and at the same time, powers that one. And at the same time it powers this one, it also powers the chest room one, the storage room, and then at the same time that it powers the outdoor one, it powers the fireplace one, and it goes up here and powers this light in perfect timing with the outdoor light as well, and then it does this one, then it does this one, then it does this one. Oh, and the piston door for the chest room, the gem door. It's a half gem door. It's not quite a full gem door. And the switch for the arrow gun is right under this block here. And it goes up here to this pulse shortener, which makes it only a 1-tick pulse instead of a 10-tick pulse, which is what a stone button outputs. Goes over here and activates this redstone clock. And it also goes over here and activates this piston here, which completes the circuit, which makes the redstone clock able to go. The reason I did that is because that makes it so when you turn the lever off, it turns off. Oh wait, that's not a button. That's a switch. I forgot. But yeah, that switch, when you turn on, that switch obviously stays on, but this makes it only turn on for a tick. So it activates the clock. And then that piston keeps it going. When you turn it off, that piston retracts and it cuts the circuit and it stops going. And all these corners here lead to different dispensers. Here are the dispensers. And the beacon's coming out of there. I made it the same color as the sandstone. Here's the pistons for the floor that uncover the 3 other things. And the piston for the ender chest is right under there. You can't see it, but it's under there. And yeah. Well, I guess I could put on some elytra and I'll go underneath this and show you the hidden piston system. Oh. Well, that's weird. Anyway. Oh, here's the piston door, the gem door. And there's there's the blocks I used to color the beacon. So I've got orange, yellow, white. Makes color of sandstone. There's the beacon system sign. There's the piston. That piston pulls a cave sound just played for some reason. Piston pulls out that diamond block there and it turns off the beacon when you turn off the lever. Oh, right, I wanted to show you that. This is one of the glitches. Use elytra to go under a 1-block space. And yeah, so this is the floor block swapper. There's the secret chest. And yeah. Oh, and you can activate it from under here. Now, the fireplace system is actually right over here. This is exactly the same fireplace system. Redstone fireplace. So we've got an inverter here, so this one's on and this one's off. So those pistons that push the blocks in there are off, but the dispensers are turned on. So when you turn it on, it turns the pistons off. It pulls them out of there. And it turns on the dispensers, which have flint and steel in them, which activate, make the fire. I've got them on Unbreaking 3 so they last a while. And when you turn it off, the pistons turn on and they push the blocks in there and get rid of the fire. And I've got some other things here. Yeah. The piston jeb door, which is the same one that leads to the chest room. There's this one. It's a half jeb door. This is a full jeb door. It's gonna autosave here. There we go. Man, the jeb door was a really cool design. I mean, it's so simple. It requires 12 pistons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces of redstone and 2 repeaters and a lever. That's it. The hardest thing to get is the pistons. And it can make a completely hidden door. It does not look like there's a door here at all. You flick the lever and all of a sudden there's a perfect 2x2 path. And this is exactly the same thing, it's just like half of it. And yeah. That's the redstone house. I talked about this earlier. I guess I could show you some other things in this world. This is my multicolored my multicolored beacons. This was really buggy, so it goes very slowly. Oops, stop. Let me get those off. There we go. So, what it originally did is, I wanted it to just change colors like all the time, just chick, 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 chick. But I could not do that because every time it tried to switch colors, the beacons would turn white for like 2 seconds. For some reason. And then it would change color. And it'd be really annoying. Because they don't change color instantly. When the glass gets moved by the pistons, they turn white for 2 seconds. So, I had to make them change colors very slowly. And I had to make it turn the beacons off for a minute when it changes to colors. So it looks like this. And yeah. And right here is my full auto TNT thrower. So this throws, about 2 TNT per second. You can turn it on and off there. And you can go up here. This is the service room. So this is where you can go and access everything. Refill the dispensers. You can go up here and access the top one. And there's 2 of exactly the same thing. There's this bottom one here, and there's another one over it to give it twice the firing rate. And I made them so when one of them is off, the other one is on. So again, it gives twice the firing rate. That squeaking sound you may have just heard was the water pump in the basement turning on for a second. It's real squeaky and needs some oil. And up here, you can go and look out the window. That's where the TNT comes out. And yeah, the TNT comes out here. It uses slime blocks instead of other TNTs to shoot. So it can shoot so much faster than a normal TNT cannon. It's not a TNT cannon, it's a TNT thrower. There's a difference. And this is the hole I've made with it. And when I turn this on, the that block there comes out and goes in, and comes out and goes in. Just like, oh, doot, 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 doot. Because it covers it up. It covers up the lever at a certain time to avoid self-destruction. Because if you turn off the lever at the wrong time, it spawns a TNT, but it does not throw it. So the TNT gets lit in here, and then it blows up in here, and you gotta rebuild a bunch of redstone. So it covers up the lever at that self-destruct moment, so you're not able to turn it off at the wrong time. Ugh. Again, it's very buggy. As you can see, the TNT is like, it's coming out, and it's whoop. And yeah. Here's a standard TNT cannon. It's not a thrower, it's a cannon. Oh, apparently I took everything out. Okay. Oh yes, I remember. It was not working properly for me. Never mind. Here's a double pulsar. You press the button once, and it, like, turns it on and off twice. And you adjust this to adjust the delay. It's not much of a delay, but it is a delay. This is just a little zombie spawn killer thingy I made. I don't know why I made this, I was just messing around one day. So there's a villager in there. So what's going on is, there's a villager in there, and when you turn it on, it spawns a zombie. And when a zombie sees the villager, it walks over the pressure plate, which spawns another zombie. And they walk over here. But they do not fall. But the other zombie also wants to kill the villager, so he comes over and pushes the other zombie down the hole. It's funniness. And down here you can access the chest. Right here, it's a simple flying machine. Right here is a ceiling block swapper. So as you see, the top is glowstone. Now it's sandstone. Now it's glowstone. It's exactly the same thing for... Come on, there we go. For the crafting table one here, and the chest one down there. Except they're different directions, so. This is just a simple one. It's basically just a redstone clock and 3 dispensers. It's an arrow gun. Let's turn up the music. I like C418. However, I don't like to blast it, because it drowns out the other sounds of the game. However, I do not like having it on 0. I like it when the freaking Sweden and living mice are playing quietly in the background. This is like a little block taker piston thing. It can only work on gravity blocks, like sand and gravel. It sucks it up, pulls it through here, and the sand falls down onto a torch and breaks. Frick, I think that's a little too loud. There we go. Right here is a TNT firework, or vertical TNT cannon. This has been known to self-destruct on me every now and then. Not sure why. And over here we got some logic gates. So we've got an AND gate. It only turns on when both of them are on. We got a NAND gate. It's AND but with an N. It turns off when both of them are on. This is an OR gate. It turns on when one of them is on. One or both. And there's a NOR gate, which is, again, it's the opposite. It turns off if one or both of them are on. And this is a XOR gate, an XOR. And this one turns on when one of them is on and one of them is off. And this is a XNOR gate, an XNOR. So it only turns on when both of them are on or both of them are off. If only one of them is on, it will not turn on. Right here is a little mob farm design I made. So, say there's like a big spawner up here. And there's a bunch of water. It pushes the zombies or skeletons or whatever down in here. And you don't need any weapons. You just let them, it farms them down and you hit it. And that's it. You just hit them, and they fall. But since you hit them, it makes the game count it as you killed it. So it gives you better loot, and it gives you XP. But if it just made them fall, it would not give you XP, and it will not give you good loot. And it puts all the XP, all gets just sits on the hopper. Some of it may fall down here. And these chests collect all the stuff. And I pick up all the common crap and I throw it out. I put all the cool stuff and I leave it there. So, bows from the skeletons, armor from the skeletons and zombies, tridents from the drowns, and iron ingots and from the zombies, and nautilus shells from the drowns, and gold from the drowns. Potatoes from the zombies. And yeah. And yeah. This just holds a bunch of spawn eggs. And over here, this is another really simple one. It's just a redstone clock and dispensers. That's it. It just drops TNT really rapidly. since this is the PS3 version, it can only spawn, I'm pretty sure, 20 TNT at a time. There can only be 20 TNTs ignited at a time. I'm gonna do a 1-tick pulsar. See? It only lets a certain amount of them on screen at once. And yeah. There's a little arrow minigun. And shoots it in 4 directions, and it's kind of like a tower. Oh. No, not the stack. There we go. Oh, this is an infinite burnout clock. So a burnout clock is a redstone clock. It's a 1-tick redstone clock that only goes for a certain amount of time. Then it burns out. But I made one that just keeps going forever. And it goes when it burns out. So this one, it's always burning out over and over again, but it keeps resetting itself. So it's just and it just always pulses. What have I not showed you? This is the TNT in a tube. It's pretty simple. I don't know why I made this. Again, I was bored when I made this. And again, I don't know why I made this, but it's like a redstone Steve, and there's a zombie killing him behind him. Again, I don't know why I made that. Oh, and over here is an egg farm. It's 2 things of chickens, and they make eggs. A lot of eggs. This is a sprint elevator, so you gotta make your character sprint. Oh, by the way, when you fall on slime blocks, yes, it bounces you, but if you crouch, it doesn't. However, be careful doing that in survival, because if you crouch when you're falling onto slime blocks, you still take fall damage. And this is a whole bunch of little flying machines hooked up to each other, so it's like a centipede. It's real buggy. A lot of parts are like disappearing, and it's lagging over there really badly. Over here, there's a pop-up staircase. So you climb up, and when you open up the chest, it says LOL with dirt and sponges and sand. Wow, I did not expect to land here. This is what it is. It's just a whole bunch of pistons, and they all activate one tick later than the previous. So this one turns on instantly. This one turns on 1 tick, 2 ticks, 3 ticks, 4 ticks, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and so on. This is a mob farm. Come on, here we go. So we got some food, and man, it's almost gone. And Smite 5, and Mending Trident. There you go up here, and you can see all the spawners. There's lights, so they will not spawn. You go over here and you click that. It turns off the lights and they start to spawn. And they all flow down through the water. And they end up here. And there's bedrock there, so you can just sit there and press and hold R2 without it accidentally breaking the block. And since the trident has mending on it, it'll never break because of the XP you get. And it's got looting 3 on it as well, so it gives you a lot better loot. Here, I just turned it off, so it'll stop coming in a second. And there we go. So there's a little minecart hopper down there. A hopper minecart that picks up the stuff up here. And it puts it into this chest system. Gives you tons of good loot. I always pick up the crappy crap. The crappy crap. The crap that's crappy. The crappy crap. And I throw it in here. Shut. There we go. And that's my redstone world. This guy's been trapped in here for a long freaking time. Anyway, good freaking bye. Good freaking bye.